Well, hello, and more hello to all you wisdom walkers out there. Want to be wisdom walkers, should be wisdom walkers, will be wisdom walkers. This is Jojopah Maria and Serrano coming to you with a very, very special report about these incredibly rare and powerful cosmic energies that are going on right now. Yeah, some of them are planetary, some of them are not. All of them are just really pretty powerful. And for it to be happening within a time period, like a 4-day time period, and especially that there's so much happening right today. It's a wonder I can even be here in front of the camera for you. I need to be laying down. That's it. This energy is taking us out. It is. I've had people calling me this week, of course, because it's pushing things up. I've had people talking about sleeping. Like my great nephew was saying, I slept all day yesterday, and then I didn't get up until 11 o'clock today. Yeah, and also it might be some headache or head tension, like some pressure between your eyes, almost feeling like migraine, but not quite. Loss of appetite, or really just eating very minimally. I know that's been happening for me, although there may be an increase of wanting something sweet. Yeah, and also stay hydrated. You got to drink a lot of water, especially if you're here in the northern hemisphere where you have summer and things are out of control. Fires are burning. It's crazy. But again, so may have been feeling like just off center, off balance, anxiety, waves of anxiety, aches and pains for no reason, like all of a sudden, like my hip is gone, or I got my knee hurting, or my foot, whatever. And all of that is because of what I'm getting ready to break down to you for what's happening now. Now, of course, yes, some of this may be actually in the 3D reality in your physical belt, is that there are these very rare, powerful energies that are happening to all of us on this planet collectively. And then it funnels down into how we personally are dealing with it, are experiencing it. But it's real. It's real. So I don't want you to think that you're having a nervous breakdown, that you're relapsing, that somebody's out to get you. No, that's not what's going on. This is about the universe is out to get you. The universe is out to gift you with this incredible energy. So in all, it really is, folks. It's really very loving, positive, flowing energy for the most part. And even where there is some tension, opposition, that enhances the flow. It's crazy. Nations, patterns, astrological patterns that are showing up. So I am also going to talk about the Lionsgate portal that's happening today. I just realized after years that I have a great nephew born on this day. So happy birthday. Shout out to Giovanni. He is amazing. The boy can play any instrument you put in front of him. He's just like, especially the piano. He's just, and he writes songs and he sings. And yeah, he's so creative. He's just, just amazing. Definitely someone coming through that portal should be. Absolutely. So let me go here. And yeah, let me just tell you too, I am wired. I am really wired. Like the energy flowing through me just has me like, but I know I need to rest. I need to lay down because I've been putting out a lot of energy. Just reading about this stuff has taken me out. So to actually come before an audience and to be trying to break it down and talk to you about it, yeah, it's on. That's all I got to say. It's on. But without further ado, Let's see, what do I want to pull up here for you? Okay, let's start with the first cosmic energy that's going on that really we need to understand is impacting us. And that is this now called Three-Eye Atlas. It is a rare celestial visitor from beyond our solar system. It was discovered July 2nd, really before that, but that's okay. Officially discovered, let's say on July 2nd. And it's only the second interstellar object that humans in modern times have been aware of. The first was Oumuamua in 2017, and then 21 Borisov in 2019. Comets are very, very powerful. Yeah, they put out, and they're bringing us energy. Again, you know, we come from the stars. That's scientifically proven. But the reality is, we really do come from the stars, okay? So you can imagine that the stardust is coming from another galaxy. Why? Yeah, because we're going through a deep, very rapid evolutionary process right now. So it's bringing us more of what we need to be able to navigate through this as a species without killing ourselves. Yeah, it's bringing us some stardust energy. So that, again, is just, that's number one of what is going on. And it's pretty powerful. Yeah. Some of you are more sensitive than others, but just know the comets sprinkling stardust down onto our planet as it's making its trip to go behind the sun. Next, we have what is called a Grand Air Trine, and it involves the planets Uranus, Pluto, and Mars. And you're going to be hearing a lot about them because these are kind of setting a foundation for these other, and especially some of the rare ones that are showing up. Air trines aren't so rare, but still, it's phenomenal when it shows up, because what it is that you're going to have 3 planets all in the air, in spaces in the cosmos that represent air. So for example, you're going to have Uranus and Gemini, Gemini's air, Mars and Libra, Libra's air, and then you've got Pluto in Aquarius, which is air. And so this coming together of a cardinal, a cardinal, a mutable, and a fixed sign. Yeah, it's a pretty powerful energy. So I wrote out some stuff for you. So first, from August 6th to September 21st, there's a grand air trine between Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, Uranus in Gemini, and Mars in Libra. Mars transits in Libra only once every 2 years and is the instigator for the current astrological aspect pattern. This cosmic formation asks us to open our minds to new possibilities. You're going to be hearing that a lot in this. It makes thinking and communicating easier, providing clarity, straightforwardness, and solutions to complex problems. Great cosmic energy for healing all types of relationships, especially our relationship with ourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. So here's some benefits of this Grand Trine, of these planets coming together in this way. The first is it supports ideological coalitions or collaboration aligned with higher mind. Yes, air is an element that is often associated with thoughts, ideas, and articulation of vision into words, language, concepts, strategies, approaches, structures that have logical coherence, not this craziness, this chaotic, lying, mess that is going on, especially here in the United States. It's happening other places too. Second benefit is rapid technological developments or innovation. New ideas, innovative ideas, creative solutions to problems could come about very rapidly. Yes, again, like I said, this is really good energy, folks. Here's another benefit, number 3, anything emphasizing learning, like really learning, folks, real learning, thinking, communicating, language, and the excitement around it. The excitement generated over the realm of air is a big theme during this period. Yes. And then benefit for expanding expanding need to live by ideas that free us. I'll repeat that. An expanding need to live by ideas that free us. Ideas that promote a grander romantic sense of things and are presented in a persuasive manner. Greater emphasis on things that excite us mentally and intellectually, things that break through, defy, or resist old beliefs and paradigms peacefully because they are not based in fear, they are based in love. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Just love it. Okay. Now, here's another one. This one is pretty powerful too. This is called a Grand Minor Trine. Minor Trine. It's also called the Magic Triangle. And as you see, as I wrote there, it's a reason to be optimistic and hopeful about the future. From 2025 to 2028, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto will be harmoniously aligned. This extremely rare configuration is also very powerful for a long time. This magic triangle is the most positive, significant, and consequential planetary alignment in our lifetimes and this century. Aries, Gemini, and Aquarius are most affected, so those of you born in those signs. However, this amazing period of discovery and revelation can benefit everyone. And what's also noticeable here is that these are all of what we call the outer planets. Yeah, these are our outer planets. And so the outer planets represent our collective consciousness. Yeah. The inner planets, Mars, Venus, Mercury, and partly Saturn. And Saturn's kind of like in between. Sometimes an outer planet, sometimes it's a personal planet. But, this is, we're in the age of Aquarius, that it is happening right now. And look, I'm getting phone calls that is just crazy. Like I told you, energy is so crazy right now. It is just really crazy. So think about that. Think about the fact that, collectively, we are being supported with this incredible, incredible energy. Yeah, like it's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let me just make sure somebody ain't trying to tell me that they can't hear me. I'm actually live streaming right now.
Oh, okay.
But I wanted to make sure it wasn't you calling to say you couldn't hear me. Okay.
No.
All right.
All right. I saw. I just liked it, but I'm at the airport.
Oh my God. I love it.
Okay.
Safe travels, and we'll talk very soon. But it's a big energy day. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Safe travels. Love you. Bye-bye. See, that's how this day is. It's just crazy. Somebody called me from the airport. I love it. So, big energy. And again, this is from August 6th until the 12th that this is kind of, how can I say, this is when it's being introduced. This is when it's moving in. This is going to be around for a couple of years. Yeah, they're going to be in that formation for a couple of years. This is some big stuff. So we are just at the beginning. Now, I want to share with you, this is a formation I really hadn't heard of before, and it's called a kite. And we're having double kite. There's two of them, and I'll explain what this means. So the first one involves, again, those outer planets. This time, instead of Neptune, we got Saturn. But Mars is involved, which is a personal planet. And you see that red line between Saturn and Mars, that means opposition. That's an opposition. So Mars in Libra is creating a tension. Very interesting, because the next kite is, there it is. Neptune has shown up, and it's in opposition to Mars. And as you remember, and I'm going to remind you too, that right now, Neptune and Saturn are like Gemini twins. They are doing everything together. If one of them's in opposition with one planet, the other one is in opposition. One went retrograde, the other one went retrograde. They're both retrograde right now. But let me tell you about the kite. So a kite is made out of a Grand Trine, which we just saw, by adding a fourth planet that is opposite to one of the Trine's planets. Kite combines the power of trine, sextile, and healthy opposition. At this current time, the double kites are made from Mars and Libra in opposition to both Saturn and Neptune, which are retrograde in Aries, in trines with Uranus and Gemini and Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. The kite pattern is a more hands-on version of the Grand Trine. The kite is a wonderful aspect pattern that naturally invites the native to focus on its dominant polarity and use its dynamic qualities while being helped by beneficial trines and sextiles. All of that to say, yeah, it's a powerful flow energy. So you got these outer planets and with Mars. And what does Mars represent? Mars represents our spark for life. You can think of it as that. It's our ability to put things into action. Yeah. It's our ability to take steps. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing. So it's like, we've got the planets, right? Like I told you, those are the collective. That's our collective consciousness coming together in a tension, and I call it a creative tension, with our ability to put all of this new, rebellious, forward thinking, age of Aquarius, new earth energy into our behavior, into our being. Yeah. And of course there would be tension, right? Because this is like, we're still trying to move ourselves out of the old paradigms. And I mean, Saturn and Neptune, it's huge, folks. This is really, really big. So that formation alone would definitely have you climbing the walls, because it's really pushing, it's really, really pushing forward. Yeah. I'm going to just take a stop real quick and share some comments. Hey, Matthew. Matthew says, I feel it. Yeah, honey, I know you absolutely. Hey, Daphne. She said, baby steps count? Exactly. Exactly. Because like I said, this energy, this is an opening. That's why I want you to be aware of it. It ain't going nowhere. It's going to be with us. The Mars Libra Instigator, it'll be around until September. So that means for the rest. Oh, and there's Q from the airport saying hi to Daphne. I love it. I love it. Fantastic. Matthew says, thank you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. This is, this is fun for me. Just know it's crazy making, but it is fun for me because I get so the universe is working with us, working on us, working through us. It's so in opposition to what the Matrix teaches, right? That if you don't do it yourself, it's never going to happen. Well, that's not true. We're not doing any of this alone. We need all the nonsense we can get. And the universe is providing us with that in a very powerful and intense way right now. Matthew says, yes, absolutely. So I showed you the Grand Trine, the Grand Minor Trine. I showed you them kites that also include the trine. Now, here's the one that blows my mind. And I want to say to anybody who say, forgive me if I screwed this up. I just did the best that I could from the information that I gathered, and this is what I came up with. So I'll show you right now. Okay. This is called the envelope, or it's also known as the mystic rectangle. In my research, they showed that when this showed how this rarely but can show up in somebody's birth chart, and the person who has it, the celebrity they found, is Angelina Jolie. Yeah, so that should help you kind of get an understanding about this incredible astrological pattern here. It blows my mind. So the thing about it is, again, it involves the outer planets of Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune, but Saturn also is in on the act this time. So it's all four of them all together. And then it also involves that Mars and Libra. Yeah. And one of the astrologers I read was saying that, when you think of a kite, you think of something flying high. It brings joy. So the kites, it's good energy. And the kites, again, and the trines all come together for this envelope. And this particular astrologer said, this is like getting an award. You're opening up your reward, like at the Oscars. And the Oscar goes to, because, again, this is really, it's powerful, very powerful, really big, intense energy that we are in right now. And I had never heard of this configuration before, so I'm really excited about it. Like I said, if you're a professional out there, I screwed this up, just leave it in the comments. I want to learn, I want to understand, but I did the best I could to show the relationships. And so let me give you some more definition, understanding about this envelope, this mystic rectangle. An envelope is a dynamic, highly integrated configuration suggesting a strong drive to act and make a difference. In an envelope, we have the tension of the oppositions pushing us to get out there and break through inertia, but also the harmony of the sextiles and the trines, that's a flow energy, to provide context, flow, and perspective. We don't just take any kind of action, we take deliberate, well-timed action that clicks into place like a puzzle piece in a larger design. I'll repeat that. We don't just take any kind of action, we take deliberate, well-timed action that clicks into place like a puzzle piece in a larger design. Mars in Libra as the activating lever of the envelope helps us respond to what's been building these past months with clarity and intention. So our actions actually land and move us towards something that matters. Yeah. And most of that I got from Astro Butterfly, who's my girl. She just on it. Angelina gets it so beautifully. Wow. Yeah, this is like, again, over these last months with everything going on, there definitely has been like preparation for something. Like you can just feel it, like something's coming around the world because of war, because of greed, because of insanity. There is still this feeling like something is breaking through. And so to me, the envelope message that the planets are bringing us is saying, yes, there is this tension, got this tension going on, but just know that it is for something miraculous, something wonderful, something good. Like we're moving forward. We really, really are. It's hard to see. I get that. I am constantly every week giving somebody some reassurance about the time that we're in. It's just, yeah, it's easy to it's easy to fall into despair. And I try, you'll go into something. This is why there are certain people trying to stop history, erase it, get rid of it, because history doesn't lie about how the universe works. Okay? History will always tell you the truth about cosmic law. Yeah. And the big truth that it's always going to tell you is that even when something feels like it's right, but it ain't right, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Not at all. It can be as beautifully set up as possible, everything in order, everything structured well, all of that. If it ain't right, it ain't going to work. That's how the universe works. Absolutely. So it's important to remember that the universe is exact, and it gives us history for a reason. So know your history, look at the history, don't go into despair. This is just another cycle of, humans forgetting the truth of who they are and why we're really here. Yeah. Journey of these outer planets to remind you about what message they're bringing. And then I'm going to give you the Lionsgate information. But let's start with the one that changed just now after being in Taurus for 8 years, and that is Uranus going into Gemini. And the big message here is that Gemini, for the first time in over 70 years, is in an 8-year cycle of innovation and revolution in areas ruled by Gemini, which is communication, technology, education, transportation, and social networks. Expect rapid advancements in AI, digital platforms, aviation, and how we relate through information and creative rebellion. Exactly, because Uranus is the planet of freedom and originality. And when it comes together in the sign of Gemini, which again, this air sign, yeah, we're going to see something moving here. So from 2025 to 2033, that's the role that it's playing. That's the energy that it's bringing for us. Yeah. Neptune moved into Aries after being in my sign of Pisces for 14 years. Thank God it left. But no, it did some good stuff. When I look back on the last 14 years, I have been stretched and grown in very, very powerful and important ways. But I would wish it on a dog. So all you Arians out there, hang in there. It's going to be okay. But yeah, Neptune going into Aries, really, really powerful. With the planet of dreams and inspiration in a bold fire sign, we're empowered to challenge old broken systems and pioneer a better world. It's also about putting dreams into action. Dreams into action, yeah. So this is going to be happening, y'all, until 2039. Get ready. It's happening, yeah. Also important about this shift with Aries that I like is we can expect major global developments as well as personal shifts. Yeah. We're entering a brand new 14-year chapter. So it's like, yeah, big stuff that is happening. Also, it is retrograde right now in Aries. And the message of the retrograde, it's our time to connect with inner fire, but without burning out. Pay attention to dreams and intuitive nudges that could hold the key to realignment. This retrograde, and this is a 5-month refinement and recalibration. At the same time, we have 5 months of Chiron, the wounded healer, in Aries, also doing a retrograde. So this is really powerful. This is a real focus on us, really doing our work, getting ourselves in alignment. Then the next planet is Aries, and Aries, like Neptune, not Aries, Saturn, and Saturn, like I said, like Neptune, went into Aries. They following each other. They just do it. They like kissing cousins. They doing everything together. And this big shift came about to inspire us to transform our lives with renewed energy, embrace courage to face challenges head on. Something serious, something important is in the making, because Saturn don't play. Yeah, Saturn was also in my sign, doing its stuff. So as Saturn begins a journey through Aries, we collectively embark on a path to self-mastery. Self-mastery is essential. Isn't this wonderful? So those of you who've been wisdom walking with me, this is the payload. This is the payload. This is where you totally get supported to really break through these old wounds, these past traumas, the lies, all of what may have kept you from really experiencing those happy endings and tasting the fruit. You're being helped by the cosmos to really, really get there. This is like, woo, really, really, really powerful. This planet is connected to both our fears and insecurities, and with our capacity to commit, persevere, and work hard. Yes. And to develop that self-mastery. What more do I need to say? It's just powerful. And then also, Retrograde right now in Aries, and the message for that is the shift of motion is an opportunity to slow down and tune in. Spend more time in reflection, making sure you know where you are going. Absolutely. Absolutely. It also says here too that during Saturn's retrograde journey, and especially while Saturn travels back through Pisces, which is going to happen in September, we may face delays or encounter resistance if we try to keep pushing forward. The invitation for us is to wrap up unresolved business and make sure we're acting in alignment with our true values. So this kind of call for authenticity that has been going on, it's really, really powerful. Absolutely. And before I get to some of the comments, I want to just share the final outer planet that is involved in all of this cosmic, rare, powerful energy is Pluto. And Pluto marks that we're definitely in the age of Aquarius as a human species, this next evolutionary level that we're in. It did a little back and forth dance, but it was in January of 2024 that it really locked into, okay, it's here now. And Pluto will remain in Aquarius for 24 years, people, promising unprecedented changes to technology, community, and how we view the world and humanity. Absolutely. And a note, the American Constitution was written with Pluto when Pluto was last in Aquarius 236 years ago. Here's what you got to understand about the U.S. Constitution, folks. The U.S. Constitution is a sacred contract. It is the first time that humans on this planet not only got to write down this need and this pull for personal sovereignty, for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Not only did they get to write it down, they were able to fight for it and win it. Okay? It had been talked about before, even in England. You know, they had this testament about the common man. You know, people have been talking about this stuff, but it didn't happen until it happened here in the United States. And that piece of paper called the Constitution is what heralds it. Okay, it's a sacred contract. It cannot be broken by any human. Sorry, but that's how the universe works. Yeah. So we need to understand that. And of course, we need to take care of it. We need to protect it. But a lot of people just see it as a piece of paper. No, it's bigger than that, because it's not just about America. See, this is a collective evolutionary process. This is about all of humanity. And I tell you, it's after the rebels broke from King George in England that we see the fall of many more monarchies around the world, especially most notable one would have been France and then in Russia. So that's how powerful this stuff is. Yeah, this is like no joke, y'all. This is really real. Let me go and just give you, let me stop though and just get some comments. And then I'm going to give you a little bit more about the importance of Pluto being in Aquarius, especially right now. Let me start with this one. Q said that she watched The Matrix earlier this week. Yeah, I think everybody should watch The Matrix. And be reminded and go through all three. And number four is really powerful and very prophetic, especially at the end. Don't listen to the fanboys about, oh, it ain't good, this and that. No, it's powerful. So yeah, watch all The Matrix. Really will be helpful. This is Matthew saying, I have found so much healing and grounding by learning to work with my greater order and direction, the Green Tarot. Here's a website that might be helpful for this time and onward. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah. And I'll make sure I put it into the description box when I get finished. So send it to me in the email so I can just paste and click, Matthew. That's really great. And I love that. And this is what it's about. It's about finding your greater order and direction. What is it that speaks to your heart and soul? What is it that you can rely on more than money, more than any human being? What is it that's guiding you in your higher purpose here on this planet? Absolutely important. Yeah. Daphne says, Saturn sweetheart here, raise. Hashtag Capricorn. I love it. Yes. So this information really important for you, Daphne. Absolutely. And then she said, oh, wow. To something else that I said. I love it. And I'm going to watch National Treasure when I get home. Yes, that's another really good one. Absolutely. Yeah, Disney, and the guy who produced it, that guy to produce it, he also produced Pirates of the Caribbean, and Pirates of the Caribbean is just full of information about humans' evolution of liberation, being liberated. Yeah, it is so powerful. And women's liberation, because Pirates of the Caribbean is really a female initiation story. A lot of people miss that, but it's all about Elizabeth, y'all. It's all about Elizabeth. Raise the colors! Yeah, baby. I love it. Amazing. My 2 travel days, September 30th and today. Okay, that's cute. Yeah. But you in it. You in the mix. You're in the mix of all this powerful energy going on. It is no joke. Not at all. All right. Now, let me share with you about Pluto being in Aquarius, okay? And being retrograde in Aquarius right now. It says, amid exponential technological evolution, Pluto retrograde in Aquarius asked us to reflect on what it means to be human. During the upcoming 5 months, we have an opportunity to dismantle inherited conditioning, recognize shadow tendencies toward elitism or intellectual superiority, let go of escapist habits, and reconnect with our hearts while offering our authentic presence to our communities. Boom, bam. That's a lot of work, folks, but it's essential and it's necessary. This is what we have to do, especially that elitism, that dominance mentality, thinking that was what makes you better than anybody else. That's all crazy. And that we have to break through those shadow tendencies. Absolutely. Also in this retrograde, it invites us to be vulnerable while it peels back layers to sit with what lies underneath, to witness part of ourselves we have disowned and cast into the shadow, also that we may reach into acceptance and reclaim ourselves piece by piece, to witness what has been keeping us chained, dimmed, powerless, and fearful, also that we may remember our freedom, power, and light. Yeah, absolutely. As Pluto retrogrades allow the cyclical journey of your becoming and unbecoming to be what it is, not only are we in the space of retrograde, but we are dancing deep within the era-defining changes of Pluto from Capricorn to Aquarius. This dwarf planet lives in the realms beyond our control, beyond our grasping. Our part in this is that of surrender, presence, and grace. Yes, yes, yes. So amazing. And this I took from when, Aquarius was doing that dance back and forth with Capricorn. Pluto was doing the dance back and forth with Capricorn Aquarius, but it's still right on. It still resonates. Like this is the big work that we are doing, that what we are up to. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Matthew says, The Compassionate Mind by Paul Gilbert is also a great way to learn compassion and how to have it for you, others, and the collective. Most important for the collective, yes. But of course, we have to do it first with ourselves. Yeah. Ashe. Ashe, brother. Yeah. So, the other planet involved in all of this big energy, and I am going to do my breakdown of the astrology for the month of August on Sunday on the live stream. But I do want to take a minute and mention that Mars in Libra, because Mars in Libra is a great transit to put up the right kind of fight for a cause you believe in, to support somebody else, or to fight injustice of any kind. Mars will give you the drive to do something about it, and Libra will make sure you remain reasonable and objective, because Libra is those scales at justice. And so this is the energy that is, also involved. It's an instigator, in fact, right? With these powerful envelope, mystical triangle, kites, trine. I mean, it's just like, oh my God. But this is the energy that is working. And it's really, really, really powerful. Yeah. You take a breath, take a drink of water. This is definitely going on longer than I thought, but it's worth it because, again, there's no need to be doubting, questioning, suffering as you're being uploaded, downloaded. There's extraction going on. What is extraction? That's when the universe just reaches in and it pulls out. It pulls out energies that you have been holding on to before you were even born. Okay? This is like ancestral wound stuff being extracted. Absolutely. And Matthew says, thank you so much, Jojopah, Maria, and Saroma. You're so welcome. Because you got to know this, because that's what's knocking you off your feet. That's why you feel like climbing the walls, It's because energy is being taken out, as well as the downloads, the integration that we are getting from the comet, from, these outer planets, it's, if you're not standing outside screaming yet, be my guest, Make sure you take your shoes off, put your feet on the ground. Now, we need to stay grounded during this process. Yeah. But don't think with these aches and pains, and this is for most of you. Again, like I said, some of you, there may be some serious stuff going on. I get that. But for most of you, don't take those aches and pains seriously. This is part of your rewiring process, your evolutionary process, okay? Put some salve on it, some Tiger Balm, some China gel, but don't go into being attached to it. It is just what you're passing through. It's just what's passing through you. Oh my God, there's Miss Carolyn. Oh, Miss Carolyn, I'm so happy you're here because I forgot to send you the link and I was like, oh my God, I need Carolyn. I need Carolyn's energy. Yes, thank you so much. She gets it. Let me tell you, this woman, she knows. She's like one of the what they call it. She's a pioneer. She's a pioneer in all this stuff for this modern age that we're in. Like she's been at the forefront at a time when you would get laughed at if you took astrology seriously. Yeah. Oh my God, Miss Carolyn, girl, I'm gonna call you. I'm definitely gonna call you very soon. We have much to talk about, but I'm so glad that you're here. Oh, that makes me so happy. Makes my day. Yes. Because again, this is such powerful energy. It really, really is. And it's, folks like Carolyn, and she's my elder. they were the ones who were talking about the age of Aquarius, the Aquarian agenda. Um, they were the ones talking and writing about what was coming for this time. Okay, that's what I mean by pioneer. And to be able to live long enough to see the beginnings of it, to see it opening, it's just so amazing. But it's people like her that held the energy for all of us. Yeah, kept the belief going. Like, oh my God, so amazing. So, my darlings, I am now going to share with you about the Lionsgate portal, which happens every year. The energy starts to move in around July 26th, and it usually begins to fizzle out around August the 12th. But of course, as we know, these energies stay with us past the time that they're, evident, because they're transformative energies. They're coming in to change things up, to shift things up. So there's this Victoria Jackson from a website called collective.world, and I'm going to use the information I found from her from last year, again this year, because it's just wonderful. She says the Lionsgate portal is a cosmic phenomenon that occurs every year from July 26th to August 12th, when the sun is in the zodiac sign of Leo, symbolizing strength, courage, and creativity. Let's explore 5 powerful ways to manifest during this time of celestial magic. Yeah. And in this picture you see, there's the Milky Way over the pyramids of Giza, and the star, which is considered to be our second sun, Sirius, is aligned. It's aligned with that. So that's too why this Lionsgate is so powerful. It's ancient Egyptian information. So here we go with her guidance. She says, align with your intentions. Embrace the power of affirmations. Engage in heart-centered gratitude. Engage in creative visualization. Practice self-love and confidence. Yeah, because this gate is so powerful. Again, back to ancient Egyptian stuff, where my medicine wheel comes from. It's so powerful that whatever you focus on today, whatever your intention is, that is going to manifest. You don't have to think twice about it. It's going to manifest. So, for example, choosing just to be in gratitude. Stay away from all that gossip and noise and crazy about what's going on with the U.S. government and all that kind of stuff. Leave that alone for today. Stay positive about what do you want to see happen? What do you want to see occur? What joy do you want in your life? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now in terms of how you're living your life, how you're contributing your gifts, your talents, and genius? Do you want that first book to be published? Do you want to be in a work situation where you're not working for somebody, but your level of consciousness that you are? That's what this energy is about. This day is about. So to manifest that, you have to be thinking about it and believing it. Yeah, that's how we're going to spend our time. Next, I am a fearless creator, manifesting my dreams with ease and grace. I radiate confidence and attract abundance in all areas of my life. I embrace my unique talents and shine brightly, inspiring others with my authenticity. Absolutely. Absolutely. Such a good mantra. Such a good mantra. More validation and encouragement. Stand tall and own your uniqueness. When you love and believe in yourself, the universe mirrors that love back to you. Remember, you are worthy of all the abundance and success that comes your way. Ashe. Yes. That is our Lion Gate. So powerful. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, before I do that, just a quick comment I want to show. Energy crazy. from Juanita. They almost wasn't going to let me on the plane because my trip coming was changed because they overbooked. Yes, and Mercury is still retrograde until the 11th. So that's the kind of stuff that definitely be happening. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Matthew says, thank you for the reminder and encouragement. You are so welcome. So welcome, my dear. My great pleasure. Q, I hope you get that plane. I hope that plane is good for you. But hang in there. The universe knows best. So if you don't get on there, you know there's a reason why. And folks, on top of everything that I have talked about, all this energy, everything that's going on, guess what? Yeah, tomorrow we have a full moon in the sign of Aquarius. I rest my case. Age of Aquarius is here. And this is a moment of contemplation and relaxation. Don't let stubbornness and assertiveness take over. Be in your ebb and flow. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Juanita says she's on a plane. Yay. Yes. Just allow. Don't be in stubbornness or pushing. Let the universe handle it. Yeah, that's the message. That's the message coming up. And you know what full moon energies are for is like they really help to make sure that we are letting go of what we don't need and that we are in that position to reap the rewards from our new moon intentions. Yeah, absolutely. It's a beautiful time. A beautiful time. So again, this really powerful, positive energy that's going on. And I want to read you about the full moon. I will be doing more breakdown of it for you on Sunday. But I found this today from an astrologer I've read through before. Her name is Jill Winterstein. And she talks about this invitation in regards to this full moon in Aquarius. And I thought it was significant for what we're talking about right now. So let me share that with you. The full moon in Aquarius is especially powerful for releasing frequencies that lower your vibration. These lower frequencies might include people-pleasing behaviors, fear of rejection, self-doubt, comparison to others, or the need for external validation. As you work with the full moon in Aquarius, allow yourself to feel into what no longer serves your highest expansion. What thoughts, relationships, or habits are keeping your frequency low? What programming from society, family, or past experiences is blocking you? Allow the full moon to illuminate these areas. Feel into your truth this full moon in Aquarius. Know that your willingness to liberate yourself from lower vibrations inspires those around you to do the same, creating ripples of expansion throughout the collective consciousness. Wow, 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 wow. Isn't that just lovely? Yeah. And Q says she's trusting in divine order. Yes, my darling. Safe travels, too, for you and everybody on that plane. Absolutely. What can I say, folks? There you have it. There you have it. Take care of yourselves today. Nurture yourselves today and for the coming days. Be in summer here in the Northern Hemisphere. And those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, you know, spring is on the way. Your spring is coming. So let yourself just really be with these final days and final weeks of your winter time. But we all need to just really, really trust in that divine order, as Q said. Trust that things are working out the way they need to be. And these powerful, powerful messages from planetary aspects in the sky are really more evidence for us that things are changing and changing for the better. There's a huge conjunction between Venus and Jupiter that's also coming this month. I'll talk about in the astrology. Another beautiful, beautiful aspect, beautiful energy. Um, so just know that and feel that, take that in. Give yourself a break from anxiety, frustration, stressful belief systems. Take a break from all of that consciously. Get into the bathtub, in the shower, in the pool. Get a massage, get a manicure, get a pedicure, or just lay in bed and watch some K-drama. If you haven't watched King of the Land, you should. It's really good. I just finished that one. It is so good. But yeah, listen to some great music or music from the past that really makes you feel good. Do things to really nurture yourself, take care of yourself, because this energy is relentless. It's doing things that we've never experienced before on this planet. And so it really is a time for us to just go, I surrender, I receive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just a quick share for this wonderful book by Malene Kai Bell, Reclaim the Sacred Self, a focus on women's liberation and self-mastery. People forget that the real reason for the women's movement, especially in this country and around the world, not just this country, around the world, is that women are tired of being treated like sexual objects. And so in order to not be objectified, you have to step into your authenticity. You have to let go of thinking that there is someone or something out there that is going to take care of you. No, God is taking care of you. And you don't need to give away your power in order to have your basic needs met and all of your dreams to come true. And I believe this book will be a support for those of you who are doing your really deep work on learning how to love yourself and not objectify yourself. And of course, my book, Wisdom Walk to Self-Mastery, still available. I am seriously starting to work on the second book. It's going to be coming out hopefully by next year. We'll see what the universe does. But thank you all so much for all of you who are able to tune in live, whether I was able to get at your comment or not. I so appreciate you. For those of you who will be watching later, to my colleagues on the Age of Aquarius platform by Astro Butterfly, thank you for tuning in. And I'm just so grateful. That's where I'm at today, too. I'm so grateful. I feel so connected to the collective, to all of you. I'm feeling the love. I'm sharing the love. And I am so ready for us to move into this new earth from a place of love and not fear. Be well, be safe. I will be back on Sunday to give you the beginning astrology for August. And in the meantime, I'm going to go lay out on my couch and watch some K-drama. Be well now, everybody. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.